Welcome to this edition of Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle. I've been feeling a little under the weather the last few days, so I was going to do a moderately intense exercise session. I have to see how I go. I might have to modify it, make it less intense. I'm going to use some bands, kettlebell, and a medicine ball. I also plan on doing some mountain climbers. I like to use a sliding disc with those and do them at an incline. What I found is that that's much easier on my toe joints, which have a little bit of arthritis, but the disc actually add a level of friction with sliding back and forth, which I think actually increases the intensity of an already intense exercise. You want to make sure that you have medical clearance to engage in exercise in a high intensity level, that you also have water nearby and a towel. I'm going to start with some chest press using a band. Again, the bands come in different resistance levels, so to progress you can increase the band resistance or even add 2 bands. I find with a fairly light band this is a nice warm-up, and to increase the resistance I'll go to a heavier band or add 2. Second exercise is going to be for my rear delt. Using a lighter band for this, as it's a smaller muscle. And you do a pull, sort of chin level. Try and concentrate on keeping your shoulder blades down and together. You want to keep your elbows bent at about the same angle to minimize any of the other shoulder muscles in here, but focusing on that rear delt. You can turn around and move to a fly. Same thing with your shoulder blades, down and together to open up your rotator cuff. And using that same band, we can do a straight arm pull. And again, to progress, we can go to a heavier band. You're hinged forwards at the hips. Okay. So I'm going to my first action interval, which I'm going to do to alternate between a box squat and a push-up. So 20 seconds of exercise, 10-second rest, then switch to the second exercise, repeat that for 8 cycles. Again, Tabata are very intense interval. You can always modify them by doing the exercise at a slower pace, taking a longer break instead of the 10 seconds. You could double that, go to 20 or even 30 seconds. The whole idea is to get your heart rate up, allow a little bit of recovery, but then push hard enough to get your heart rate near that maximum. I got my watch on to measure my pulse, so after the Tabata I'd like to see it get down to sort of a normal recovery. So we'll start with box squat. And we got 7 seconds. And 20 seconds. Ten to go. And 10-second rest. Then incline push-up. And begin. Back to our box squat. And begin. Back to push-ups. 3, 2, 1, and begin. You can always hold the plank when you can't do another rep. Call a rest pause. Halfway done. Back to the box squat. And begin. Okay. Push-ups. And begin. Rest pause. Okay. Last set of box squat. And begin. Last set of push-ups. All right. Congratulations. Take a rest, get some water, recover, and we'll do some more resistance exercise. Okay, welcome back. Next exercise, I'm going to do a shoulder press using a band. Have it set about waist high, press up. You don't want to go completely vertical, as that has a tendency to injure your shoulders. So when you look straight ahead, you want to still be able to see your hands at the top of the push. So it's slightly forward from true vertical. Do 5 more. And we're going to grab a lighter band, going to step on it, feet about shoulder width apart, do an upright row. To progress, if you put your feet farther apart, put more resistance on the band. To modify, use a lighter band, feet closer together, or you can just use muscle tension. For all these exercises, you can just put tension in the muscle, both coming up and pushing down. Quite beneficial. Third modification is just come in the up position and hold it with tension in isometric. You want to continue to breathe, but hold it for maybe about 20 seconds or so. Good. I'm going to step on that same band and do some band curls. I'm going to step wider apart, put my hands a little bit out to the side. This is exercising more of the lateral or outside part of the biceps muscle. And then we'll do some pausing at the center. Up, pause, down to center, and down. Center, up, center. And our final exercise in this set is to do a kickback. I'm going to go back to this band, bring it towards waist high, and change the angle. So bent elbows to extend the elbows. To finish, keep your elbows extended and then just pulse up. Moving on to the next action interval, we're going to do another couple of Tabata exercises. For this set of alternate Tabata, I'm going to combine kettlebell swing and mountain climbers. Again, I like to use the slide disc on the mountain climbers. It's lower impact, a little easier on my knees and toes, but also incorporates a component of friction. So in pushing back, bringing the legs forward, I actually think it becomes, for me, a more intense exercise than just a regular mountain climber. Again, I do it on an incline, which again puts a little more weight on the disc, increasing that friction component. So as a kettlebell swing, you want to start with a fairly light kettlebell because the rest interval is so short. You want to maintain really good form and not get sloppy. So I have a couple of lighter kettlebells. I'll start with one slightly heavier. Halfway through I might switch, depends how I'm feeling. If you feel recovered, ready to go, we'll start our next Tabatas with our kettlebell swing. Okay, now we'll start kettlebell swing. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and again, the power comes from your hips, and your arms are just going along for the ride. second rest. Moving to our incline mountain climbers. 5, 4, 3, 2. Back to kettlebell swing. 3, 2, 1, and begin. And second set of mountain climbers. And begin. Kettlebell swing. Mountain climber. And begin. Last set for kettlebell. And begin. Okay. Whew. Last set of mountain climbers. And begin. That completes this set of 10. So I'm going to spend some time recovering, cooling down, doing a little stretching, foam rolling. Hope you enjoyed this Silver Sneakers Boom Muscle workout, and hope to see you later.